potentially a pass rusher that the Houston Texans desperately need, sure, but you will do it for a player like Deshaun Watson.
Jonathan, you laid out a lot there, and so you say that it's not going to be a situation where Deshaun Watson is going to stay in H-Town. So let me ask you this, right? Because Caserio and Cully just got there. So what does this signify for the franchise and specifically owner Cal McNair?
Well, Houston knew that things were very tenuous with Deshaun Watson. And I've been reporting for weeks that Deshaun Watson, really the only chance that he was going to stay in Houston the kids may call it, to trust from the front office.
Woodward Sports Network.
Let's go! Woodward Sports, let's go! Woodward Sports, let's go! Woodward Sports, let's go!
Woodward Sports Network, let's go!
We live? We are live! Dude, Joey is messing with me with that on his face right now. I don't even know what to think about that, Joey.
I don't want to catfish nobody anymore.
Is that your real face on a face mask?
You know what I'm mad about this, though? Is they couldn't even whiten my teeth. Like, at least whiten my teeth, make me look good.
You had to do that on the picture you sent in.
Which one?
I'm assuming you had to send in a picture to do that.
One of my friends, actually, Mark, the guy we work with, uglychristmassweater.com and all them, they own this company as well, Mask Market. So he did this as the best gift in the world, because I would walk in, anytime I would walk anywhere with this mask on, people just look and they just smile.
When I saw you walking in from across over there, I was like, "What the hell?" I thought you had a clear mask on and just like a chin strap almost. But no, that's your real face.
That's me.
Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show. It is Friday. Very beautiful day so far right here on Woodward. Nice little sunrise this morning. Clear skies. Cold as hell, but nice outside. My name is Stick.
What's going on? It's Corey.
What's going on? It's Joey.
And I'm producer Cam today. Welcome back, the infamous Artemus.
Welcome back. How was the rectal exam yesterday?
Shut up.
No, but for real, you good? You healthy?
Yeah, I'm good. I had to take my kid to school.
Oh, okay. All right. We thought
it's not the rumor that was going around.
Exam, okay?
Yeah, there was a whole different rumor going around Woodward Sports yesterday about where you were.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You guys think about me that much?
All the time, Art. So we got a lot to talk about on the show today. Everything from where Matthew Stafford is preferring to go, according to John Clayton. We're going to be talking about a big, I don't want to call it a protest, but a rally that's going on in Lansing coming up tomorrow for the MHSAA students. Plus, I mean, we just got a fun show planned. Mighty Ducks are coming back. We're going to talk about that.
Wait, what?
See, I'm breaking news to you, Joey.
Come on.
I know.
Oh, man, this is amazing.
But first, let's get in to my man Joey's news.
The first one, we got to all start this out by clapping for Washington's head coach, Ron Rivera, declared cancer-free, baby.
Yeah.
One of the most amazing stories in football this season, for real.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that the dude was going and taking chemo treatments at halftime of some of the games is just, like, it blows my mind, and they still made the playoffs.
That's why I was so excited for Washington's success this year, for real. Just because of what you saw. I mean, that is a straight-up leader right there, and I'm glad that he's cancer-free now.
Yes.
I mean, I cannot even imagine going through what he went through and then going through the stress and the rigors of being an NFL head coach, because they don't sleep. Like, I know we're here, you know, sometimes you guys are here longer than I am, but they stay there like they live in their office. So to go through all of that, to go through the chemo, and then to now be declared cancer free, That's a blessing.
And it makes Dwayne Haskins look like even more of an asshole.
I didn't want to say it, but thank you.
I mean, it's true. Like, you have a coach that's battling cancer, obviously immune deficient, and you're out there throwing singles in strippers' buttholes. Like, it's really not a good look. So
Putting him at risk? Come on, man. For
right.
real?
Can't put coach at risk like that just for a stripper butthole.
So now we transition into some NFL news. There's some big names that the Lions are continuing to talk about in our coaching staff. And the first name, Hines Ward.
Which I love.
So they're not talking about what it actually is, but we're all assuming that he's going to be the wide receivers coach for the team.
Yeah, Dave Burkett of the Detroit Free Press reported that they've reached out to him. And I don't know what he's going to be like as a coach, but somebody to listen to about being a wide receiver, Hines Ward is as good as they come.
You know what's going to happen? Our coaches are going to be better than the team. Like, we got Deuce Staley, we got Hines Ward, Dan Campbell at tight end. Like, this is like when you were coaching a young basketball team and the coaches would just take them on in practice and, like, swat all the shots. Like, I feel like Deuce Staley's going to – I mean, they could scrimmage each other at this point.
Back we got.
And what's really interesting is not the fact that they're hiring good former players. They're hiring former players that all had a little bit of an edge to them. Even with Mark Brunell, you can say what you want about him, but I mean, all of them had a little bit of something to them, a little bit of moxie.
And champions. A lot of them got Super Bowl behind their name.
Yeah, you love that.
Including the next one, Mark Brunell, expected to be hired as the quarterback coach of the team.
Yeah, why not? Bring him on. I mean, who else? Who else is there?
That was my exact reaction. But it's like, I mean, that's somebody that can help our new quarterback get on the right track in the NFL.
I mean, the biggest concern we had when Dan Campbell was hired is that he wasn't a play caller. He wasn't an X's and O's guy. He was just kind of a rah-rah guy. But the football minds he's bringing in behind him are definitely going to support him.
And it's something we're going to talk about later on. But it all goes back again to that Saints, that quote from Saints GM Mickey Loomis. He said to Lions president Rod Wood, Dan Campbell is the kind of coach that other coaches are going to run to Detroit and want to coach for him.
Right.
So the quote is aging well.
And a big shocker yesterday for the Pistons. We pretty much nailed this one with all of our keys throughout this game.
Yep.
In the pregame show that we did. The Pistons beating the Lakers 107-92. And Blake Griffin led us to victory, guys.
I know. See, y'all were dogging him in the pregame, and who did I pick as the key player to watch?
I'm
Blake
still
Griffin.
dogging him. I need more.
And he outplayed LeBron James incredibly.
Hey, man, a broken clock is right twice a day.
Hey, I don't care. It was.
But I was very thrilled.
It was right last night. And did you guys see the video of Blake Griffin laughing at LeBron James for his flop?
It's the attitude we need out of him.
Art, can you throw that up right now? Like, look at this. Blake is just having a good time, laughing.
That's one thing, though. LeBron is such a crybaby, always.
Always.
That's one thing I never liked about him.
Well, when you've had everything handed to you.
No, not handed. When you earned it, but you don't. That's not the way you take that power that you have in the league.
I mean, okay, first off, I know, Joy, you have not seen this movie. Remember in Boys in the Hood when Ricky got shot? Ricky! That's LeBron every time he gets. That's LeBron every time he gets fouled. Ricky! I have never, for as great as he is his flopping is Hall of Fame as well. I mean, my God.
Especially such a big dude like him to be flopping all over the court.
Right.
That's what makes it even better and more laughable. So I'm glad Blake Griffin stood up for everybody on that one. The Detroit Red Wings.
Well, wait, before we move on, we got to talk about Isaiah Stewart.
Okay.
I mean, like, one of the things we discussed at the pregame was that the Pistons just needed to go and be physical and just just get in LA's business. And Isaiah Stewart, I mean, that's just what he's been doing all season, whether it's in Milwaukee or the Celtics. Like, he's here to pick fights with the whole league.
Now he's upset at Isaiah.
He got real estate inside of Giannis' head. Has real estate last night in Montrezl Harrell head and LeBron. I'm loving it. He's that kind of guy that the Pistons just need. The NBA right now, I don't want to say it's soft. It's a
you
different
can say it's soft.
Oh, come on.
It's been soft.
They don't like. I don't know what it is. The new players, they don't like to get physical. And again, before he got drafted, Isaiah Stewart said he doesn't think anybody in the league wants to get physical with them.
He's proven it.
He's proven it.
He's proven it.
But hey, I want to say something real quick while we're talking about the Pistons.
Yeah.
They've got 5 wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lakers, Sixers, Celtics, Suns, Heat.
Wow.
We've beaten winning teams.
That's good. I mean, we should beat the losing teams too, but
we're
it's a
too good for
start.
that.
It's a
We're too
start,
good for
right?
that,
We're
guys.
playing to the level of our opponents.
The Detroit Red Wings, let's take a shift to hockey. Whew, that game, the score makes this game look way worse than it really was. They lost to the undefeated Dallas Stars 7-3.
Yeah, that was an ass whooping.
Yeah, it
they
was a
scored
lot
like
of-
3 goals in 4 minutes, and it was
At
just
the end.
over. Right?
Yeah,
it was just over.
Yeah, so that was a disappointment. We need a moment of silence, by the way, for Michigan State basketball.
Oh, jeez.
Falling to Rutgers,
Ruining my parlay.
67-37. What?
Dude, I was like, oh, Michigan State plus 2.5. They'll keep this game close. Like I honestly thought they would win the game.
What?
That was an ass whooping. Like they started out the game down 15. It was 0-15 to start the game. Then they kind of caught up by halftime. They were only down 6 at halftime. Then just second half, it was just an absolute trouncing.
You tell me that the final score of that game was 67-37 without telling me who won that game.
Right.
I would put my entire savings on the line
Right.
that Michigan State won.
100%.
Easy. Like,
But nope. Nope. Not last night. And it ruined my parlay.
Yeah, I hate to end this whole Woodward Sports Update on some bad news, Stick, because we went from that. This one you really might need to take a seat, Stick. Detroit St. Patrick's Parade has been canceled again this year.
God, man.
I know. I hate to bear this bad news.
That is one of my favorite, if not the favorite event I have in Detroit. Like it's Bravo,
Day.
Bravo, opening day. Those are like my 3 favorite things to do in Detroit. And last year they shut it down. This year it's shut down. So you're telling me the next time I get to go to a Detroit St. Patrick's Day parade is going to be 2022? Ugh!
Yes.
No.
That's your Woodward Sports Update, guys.
Well, I mean, we're still going to get drunk as hell. I mean, I run the St. Patrick's Day in Detroit page on Facebook, and I posted about that yesterday. And, people are like, it doesn't matter. We're still showing up to Corktown and getting drunk on that day, which you can do. That's your right. Hopefully bars will be open by then. And let's just start our own parade. Let's do the Woodward parade, the Woodward Sports Parade, on that Sunday like it's supposed to happen anyways. They can't stop us from driving down Michigan Avenue.
Let's start the group.
I mean, Woodward Sports already got the St. Patrick's colors.
Right.
So
The only way I'm doing it is if we could get Fish hammered.
Oh, Fish, you got to get drunk. We'll dress him up like a leprechaun and have him throw shit out of the back of the truck.
Would you
no,
get
that
hammered
would be
with us, Fishy?
awesome.
Fish
Come
won't.
on.
No, yeah, but you dress up like a leprechaun, though. All of us will.
Well, you guys are gonna make.
Yeah, we're going to make you.
We don't make you do anything, Fish. You're just a team player
So
like
yeah,
that.
honestly, let's set that up, man. We should start our own unofficial St. Patrick's Day parade going down Michigan Avenue on the Sunday before St. Patrick's Day, since it's not going to happen. Like I want to be I could finally lead the St. Patrick's Day parade
Heck
unofficially.
yeah.
You know what? Since I got the Stone Cold shirt on, I want to go ahead and get a beer truck and just spray everybody with green beer.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you, Joey, for your news update. We appreciate that.
Yes. Sucks that we have to start the Friday off on such a bad note like this.
Yeah, that's okay, though. I mean, we got through it last year. We'll get through it this year. Last year on St. Patrick's Day, I just went to my basement and got annihilated by myself. Like, I was not going to let COVID win. I was not going to let him win.
That's the way to do it, though.
Right.
So let me just end the Woodward Sports Update with another announcement of the happy news that I started it with. Washington head coach Ron Rivera, cancer-free.
Good job, Ron Rivera. So John Clayton, we actually tried to have him on a couple weeks ago. Obviously he's an old Sports Center guy, but he was talking yesterday about where he thinks Matthew Stafford wants to go, not where he's going to wind up, but where he thinks Stafford wants to go. And he was quoted to saying that he thinks Indy is where Stafford wants to go the most.
That's been your number one pick.
That has been my number one pick. And, his quote was, Indianapolis, the team from what I gathered is what Matthew Stafford likes. He likes them better than any other. So I think he's kind of in the same mind as Jim Irsay, and also knows Jacob Eason, who's their backup quarterback, or really their only quarterback right now, because they both have some Georgia roots. So, I mean, with that offensive line, with that running back, with Jonathan Taylor, they're getting Marlon Mack back next year, or if they re-sign him. I mean, that's where he wants to go. That would be a scary spot for him to go.
I mean, if I were Matthew Stafford, I would love to go to that situation too. It's a great situation, and he'd be up for, pretty much basically going into the playoffs and probably getting his first playoff win. The thing about it is, Matthew Stafford is not Deshaun Watson, so he does not have a no trade clause. So if I'm the Lions, I respect your request of where you want to go, but I'm sending you where I'm going to get the best value.
Right, but I'm cashing out.
What do we get?
Thanks for running that by me.
So what would the projected trade be in this deal?
For Matthew Stafford, I mean, Indy has the 21 overall pick, and what I've been saying throughout this process is I would want 2 first-round picks from Indy. I'd want this year and next year, because if you give them Stafford, you're assuming that they're going to do better than they did last year, and they were 11-5. So put them at 13-3 in the playoffs. Let's just say Stafford accounts for 2 more wins on that team. Now that pick's going to be like 28, 29. So you're getting the 21st overall pick and like the 29th overall pick, which I think is a fair deal.
Why can't Joey's so cool with Kelly and the Staffords? Why can't he just send her a text and say, "Where's Stafford go?" Like, why does this have to be?
Because they don't know.
They do know.
No.
Give me a break.
Where he wants to go. They know where he wants to go.
Man, listen, I need my bookie, okay? I need the betting lines on that, so I need you to put that call in. Promo code Woodward. I need it to happen, okay?
That's totally legal. Just give it away.
Yeah.
That would be sick, though.
But they're actually the odds-on favorite to land them. They've risen in the odds. But have you seen the updated odds?
No, because we've talked about it like for 3 weeks, and the odds keep changing. And obviously, with the news that the Steelers want to restructure Ben's contract, that kind of pulls the Steelers out of the mix. Yep. But I did see Jim Irsay actually say that he would welcome Andrew Luck back at this point too, which I thought was an interesting quote from him. Because I mean, I thought we wrote off Andrew Luck. Like, he's out of the NFL for good.
Wow.
Yeah, especially after the way he just abruptly retired, like right before the season started.
Right.
But who do you think is the second best odds?
Is it Washington?
Nope.
No?
Patriots.
The Patriots have moved up that far?
Yeah, because they were number like 7 or so.
Yeah, at one point they weren't even in the top 10.
Now, who do you think? I'm just going to kind of go through San Francisco, number 3.
Okay. There's been a lot of buzz about San Francisco.
But they don't want to go to San Fran. Like, come on.
Miami's number 4.
Okay. Miami?
Where'd that come from?
Miami's number 4.
So are we going to trade him for Tua, the guy we should have drafted last year?
I don't know.
Would be funny.
But
right?
Number
like,
5,
our bad. Here you go. Year later.
Number 5 is the shocker. Take a guess.
Dallas.
Saints?
Tampa Bay.
I'm going to give you one more.
Don't say Bears.
The 5th best odds for Matthew Stafford will be the day 1 starting quarterback, the Detroit Lions.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I like that.
Because what the rumors are saying is that the Lions are not liking some of what they're getting back as far as, the trade feedback, and they're not going to just move him just to move him. They're going to move him in a trade that makes sense, which is why I got back to the Deshaun Watson thing. They're not going to just give him up because he requested the trade. If they know they're going to get something for him, they're going to give him up. But trading him just to trade him, it could cause, if they don't get what they want back, this could be an ugly situation.
Well, and it kind of goes back to the argument we were having yesterday, even though, Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, and Matthew Stafford, out of those 3, he doesn't have the best value, so they may not be getting their multiple first-round picks that they're looking for, or a first and a second. And
damn, so us doing that topic yesterday messed up his odds.
Yeah, it was because of us, not because they kind of played their cards. This is why you don't tell people what you want to do. Now that they know you're committed to trading them, they know they could kind of squeeze you a little bit because they know Stafford's not really happy there. They know you're not really happy with him. The locker room's going to be split either way. People won't know what the future is. Like, if you don't have stability and a clear plan from leadership, the whole thing doesn't even matter.
This would mess me up so much in my head. Like, this would really...
Yeah, I'm telling you, if they do not trade him, this is going to be hell next season. I actually really want them gone now because of how they're rebuilding. Not just because I want to get rid of them, but it's like we talked about the clean break. Let's just go ahead and make it happen. But if now they can't get their value back, I mean, I would understand them not trading him just to trade him. It would just be ugly.
Right. And that actually they talked about this too, and I don't think it kind of flew under the radar, but they did say that early on in this process. If they didn't see the value that they wanted, they would keep Stafford. I mean, because it is a huge cap hit if they get rid of him. I mean, it is
19.5 if they get rid of him before It's a $33 million cap hit, but $19.5 million dead cap. Next year, if they trade him, it'll just be $9.5 million of dead cap. So that's why I'm like, I wanted him to come back for one more year, draft the QB,
right?
Then move on and send him where he wants. Then I would send him where he wants to go, or.
But then, what's his value at that point? If he goes through another year, and like, let's say, the past 2 years he hasn't been able to stay healthy the whole time. So what does his value turn into if he goes another year where he only plays 8-9 games? It's like, okay, what do we do with this guy?
I mean, like I said, he's in the worst of any of that conversation we had yesterday. He's in the worst situation because nobody's going to sell out to get him before if Deshaun Watson or even an Aaron Rodgers is in play.
Right.
This is crazy, man.
It is crazy.
This is crazy. I'm not going to believe any news now that I hear anymore.
No, because it is all rumor until it's true. Like that's.
So what's next? Is Hines Ward not really happening either?
I hope Hines Ward is happening.
Yeah,
I love Hines Ward. I love that toughness. Like if we could get Hines Ward blocking out of our wide receivers, whoo, the way that guy used to block was something fierce. But with Matthew Stafford, I mean, this has been the topic for the last couple weeks. I kind of feel like I'm an expecting father at this point. Like I'm just sitting by my phone every day waiting for Corey to be like, Stafford gone. Like something happened.
Yeah.
Like it's caused some anxiousness with this, and I can't even imagine how the Staffords are feeling right now. Like their lives are completely up in the air. He doesn't have a no trade clause, so he really has no say where they do trade him if they do.
And let alone that $6.5 million house hasn't sold in 2 years.
Yeah, so
there's a lot on this one.
Yeah, so we'll see where Matthew Stafford winds up. The Colts are what John Clayton says is where Stafford wants to go. So,
what do you guys think?
To me, that's like the ideal landing spot for him. For sure.
No. What do you think about him staying in Detroit after all this?
Ooh.
Well, I had plans to actually try and get his place and turn it into an Airbnb. So it really screws my plans. So thanks, Matt. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. No, him playing here, I wouldn't hate it because if we draft somebody this year, we want them to be Matthew Stafford, right?
Yep.
And it gives us one more year to, if we draft a quarterback in the first round, to tutor them and get them ready. Because we've kind of thrown our hands up and like, hey, this is a rebuild. We're not going for it for the next 2 years. So we got some wiggle room to play.
I just like the energy in the locker room right now. And I haven't even seen it like firsthand.
Right.
I just feel like there's been so much shift in just the energy of the organization that, I mean, keeping him here, I guarantee you would result a little bit differently.
Yeah, I mean, with the organization, like, when is the last time people have taken lateral positions, leaving better teams to come to the Detroit Lions?
Right.
Yeah, like, I've never seen that. And again, it just, I think the energy right now around the team is a lot of these guys are getting their first chances too. So that's along with that. With I think people been looked over in their other organizations like Deuce Staley.
Right.
He's like, all right, you guys passed me over. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the Lions, where I feel like I'm gonna be appreciated. And I'm just, the one that threw me off though was us poaching the Bears linebacker coach.
Right, after the year Roquan Smith just had?
Yeah, that was an in-division poaching. That was really, I didn't expect that one.
I mean, when you see someone leave for a lateral position once, it's like, oh, okay, that guy probably wasn't happy. But we're seeing 3-4 guys coming over. So to me, as much as it has to do with happiness, it's like, oh my God, these guys are actually believing in what's happening here right now. Otherwise, you wouldn't leave your comfortable position to go do the same damn thing with something you didn't believe in.
And I think that also speaks to Dan Campbell's reputation around the league, that he's not just getting random people, he's getting respected people.
Yeah.
And that's all that you need. Like, that's the kind of thing, like, you see all of these moves. I don't think there's ever been a time where there's been this many big moves for an organization like we're seeing right now. And it's awesome because we're the recipients of it.
Yeah. No, it's been fun.
Stick said something a couple of days ago. We're not hearing about, okay, this guy's not coming back, this guy's not coming back. It's this guy got hired, this guy got hired. It's just like that whole Trisha regime, they're not even going to acknowledge those guys wherever part of the organization. They're just like, clean break, these are the new guys. Get to know these faces. Don't even remember who was on those.
Yeah, the one person we did keep was our tight ends coach. Which, I mean, Hawkinson had a great year, so why throw that guy out? Like, so
Is that for real, though?
Yeah, it's for real.
That's the only person.
I don't know if it's the only person. It's the only predominant position coach.
Yeah, they did bring back Hank Fraley. He's the offensive line coach.
Okay.
He was the offensive line coach from 2018 through 2019, so they brought him back.
Okay. But I like that Dan Campbell was a tight end coach, an assistant head coach, and he's keeping our tight end coach. So at least it shows that, hey, he believes in what this guy was doing with Hawkinson, how much he improved from last year to this year, where he was a top 3 tight end in fantasy football. And, you know, I think he was a top 3 tight end in the league. He's great at blocking, great at catching. Like, that's, I don't know, man. I'm glad he kept the tight end coach.
And that also goes to when he said that him and Brad Holmes were going to sit down and actually piece this together. So it seemed like they're, you know, working pretty good so far.
Yeah, and when we talked to Dave Burkett earlier in the week, he said, you know, this is Chris Spielman's fingers all over this. Like, he's kind of like the Wizard of Oz right now. We hired him. It was like, oh, we got Chris Spielman. And then he's just opening up the doors, and everybody's coming flooding in.
And next, all we need is the players here, and then we're good.
Yeah.
And like I said, all those players have a Chris Spielman attitude. They have an edge on them. Like you talked about Hines Ward blocking, Aaron Glenn, all pro. Anthony Lynn, great. He wasn't a great head coach, but offensive coordinator, I'll take him.
Yep.
Even a Mark Brunell.
Yeah, Mark Brunell, tough quarterback.
I'll take all these hires. I mean, at least they're familiar names that we can recognize.
Right.
You know,
like you're gonna look at our sidelines and like Stick said earlier, this lineup on the field would be unstoppable.
Yeah, if we need our coaches to suit up, we can do that. We can do that. So, yeah, that's where John Clayton thinks Stafford is going. I honestly have no clue where he's going. And that's crazy that the Lions are now 5th odds for him to stay here in Detroit, which I wouldn't be mad at, but it's like, why did we do all this then?
Yeah.
Why did we waste our leverage and just say that we were going to get rid of them?
Showed the cards too quick.
That's it. That's the problem.
Yeah, that information leaked at the wrong time.
We got to give a shout out to everybody that's watching us right now on YouTube, that's watching us on Facebook Live, and that's watching us on Twitter. Thank you guys for liking this, for sharing it, for commenting on it. We see all your comments, and we're going to get to you guys. I mean, everybody's talking about Corey's shirt, wanting to know who's going to win the Rumble coming up this weekend. So we'll talk about that in a little bit.
I'll give y'all a heads up later.
And we got some new people saying this is their first time listening to the show live. They've just been listening on podcasts, on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. So, I mean, we appreciate everybody that's helping us make this thing grow. And we got to take a quick break, but we'll be right back. Is she on the line, Art? Okay. We got a special guest. Something big is going on tomorrow in Lansing for the MHSAA Sports, right, Joey?
Got to stand up for the kids, baby.
Yeah, it's for the kids, and we'll talk to her coming up next.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We're recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Got some big things happening this weekend going on in Lansing. Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick. I got Corey to my right and Joey to my left. Joey, you kind of set this whole relationship up with what's going on right now. Why don't you go ahead and introduce who we have coming on the phone right now?
So it is no surprise these last couple of months, well, 10 months now. It all started with basketball playoffs getting canceled last year for the junior class, and now we're dealing with football getting canceled and brought back for the playoffs. And then you hear Whitmer coming out saying that winter sports aren't going to be really happening. So there's been a lot of back and forth, and all of this, we're forgetting the most important thing is the mental health for our high school student athletes.
Yes.
And that's definitely been something that we all have been a big believer in, is that we need high school sports back.
And not just that we need high school sports back, we need to give these kids a concrete plan and quit jerking them back and forth.
Right. Every other state has seemed to figure it out, but we're the only state that isn't, and that's just kind of what's really disappointing. So there is a Facebook group that's been around for a few months now, and it's called Let Them Play Michigan. And I want to introduce the leader of this group, Jamie McElveny. Good morning, Jamie.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
How are you? So could you give us a little bit of this background? Tell us about who you are. I know you're obviously a mom with a student, but just walk us through this entire start to Let Them Play Michigan.
We started back in August when football was canceled. I put the group together on Facebook and did not expect that within a day we had over 10,000 members, and then it grew to be almost 20,000 members. Well, then we got our we did the rally at Lansing. It was incredible. We had 800 people there, and we got football. We played a role in getting football back, but then we had the playoffs paused for the fall, and that's when we had to get together again, do another rally. That thankfully moved forward, and then the group kind of sat still because there wasn't much going on. But now with the recent executive orders that have winter sports being canceled or delayed or whatever you want to call it, I started up again, and we have grown in almost 20,000 members in the last 4 days since this executive order went through. So we have about 35, I haven't looked in a while, but 35,000-ish the last time I checked. And people are just going crazy. It's awesome to see that in a time right now in this world where, the country is so divided on basically every single thing we can possibly be divided on, that both sides are coming together to, if there's anything that we can agree on, is that we have to fight for these kids, because these kids can't take much more. So that's what this group is doing. Almost 40,000 strong, all agreeing to get on the same page for one day, 1 week, and fight for these kids.
And I want to mention the most important thing with this, Jamie, because a lot of people, anytime there's anything regarding the Capitol building and people going against executive orders, they think it's political. And I want to highlight that this got nothing to do with politics. This is all just standing up for what we all believe is right, because you're looking at the advantage that all these other athletes in the 49 other states have against Michigan athletes, and it's just not fair, because a lot of people, they rely on their high school sports to get them through in their entire career. They look at high school sports as the ticket to a greater education and getting a scholarship, because that's going to be the only way that they can actually go and attend a good school.
100%, and that's why we're moving forward. I'm not sure if you know this part yet, but we have a lawsuit against the state of Michigan, against the health department. We raised $50,000 in 1 day for legal fees in the group. And it's not, we are at 53. We capped it off at 50, but it went to about 53. We have the lawsuit ready to file. But the thing is I don't even have a son that's passionate about winter sports. My son was a football fanatic. So I am now fighting for other people's kids, because the messages that I get hundreds of messages a day. And when I get these messages from these kids that are, Miss McElveny, is there anything you can do to help us? I had a mom who said she's holding her son, her 6-foot-tall son on her lap as he's crying the other day, because these kids are exhausted. They can't take it much longer. And these messages just absolutely kill me. And they're messages from all different kinds of kids, and they're all asking me for help. And so it's a lot of pressure, but it's something that I want to do for these kids, because like you say, the kids are going out of state to play these sports. The kids that can afford it, the kids that have parents that will take them. But what about the ones that don't? And the kids that don't have the same opportunity as these kids that do get to go out of state? It's just so unfair. And what they're creating, this left behind situation between the ones that can and the ones that can't, because kids are going to find a way to play sports. They're going to do it. So I told them yesterday at the House hearing that if they don't open this state up, and let these kids play sports, that we'll raise another 50, we'll raise hundreds of thousands in our group, and we'll pay for these kids that can't afford it to go out of state and play. I'm going to find a way for these kids to play sports, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah, and I think the biggest part to me is the inconsistencies with it. Like, we can play volleyball indoors, but we can't play basketball indoors. We just had the finals for the football inside at Ford Field, but they said they restarted football because it was an outdoor sport. And that's where I just really get confused. And me, as an adult being confused, I couldn't even imagine putting as much work as these kids do into their high school athletics to just say, all right, in 3 weeks, you're back. Well, wait, no, 3 more weeks, you're back. I was lucky enough to call the New Lothrop Detroit Loyola football game, and when talking to both coaches, their biggest struggle was keeping their kids' heads in the game, and Loyola played without 9 of their contributing players just because their parents were sick of the back and forth. It's like, no, your football season's done, let's move on, and it's really unfair. And that's, to me, why I'm so far behind this, is because I just want consistency. Like, if we're not playing at all, fine, okay, I'll accept it. We'll figure out how to work around that. But this some can play, some can't is really what drives me nuts.
Right. And the thing, the committee member yesterday brought up, he showed a graph on the screen, and it had 2 hockey rinks. He said, this is allowed, 68 players, I could have the number wrong, but 68 players on the rink for practice. And then he showed another picture. This is not allowed. 12 or whatever. I'm not too good on hockey, but I think he said 12 players on the rink for a game. He goes, what in the world? And it was, all these polka dots all over the rink for practice, and then 10 of them for the game. And that's just it. It's so inconsistent. And basically what they're saying to these kids is, you kids are the only thing left in the state of Michigan that is a danger to the rest of society, because everything else is a go. And basically that means everything in the entire country pretty much is opening up, because Michigan has the strictest, rules. You athletes are the only danger to everyone else in society. And these athletes have tested lower. They did the pilot program with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. They paid for the test. They organized it, the health department. And we had a 99.8% negative test rate. So these kids are testing out lower than the general population of teenagers, because they're staying inside, they're staying with their teammates. They're not going to the holiday parties. They're not traveling because they want to play their sport, and none of it's good enough. They're doing all of these things, and the state keeps saying, sorry, that's not good enough. We'll do this. Okay, fine. Sorry, that's not good enough either. And it's just a constant roller coaster. And these kids they're not made, it's hard enough for us adults to deal with that, let alone these kids.
Yeah, I have a question for you. So I have a cousin actually who's being affected by this. He plays basketball, and because of the fact that he can't go to the gyms and play with his teammates, he's actually started to gain weight, and he's losing his athleticism. He's had to go, when he goes out of the state to the other tournaments, he's not playing like he used to play. So my question to you is, how do you feel about the professional athletes, where all the companies are making money off of them, and all the colleges where they're making money off of them, how they're able to go ahead and go play, but the kids can't go play, the younger kids?
And that was brought up yesterday in the House hearing also. And unfortunately, the committee member that brought it up, the elected official that brought it up to us, said, I don't think kids need to go on a field and bounce into each other to get exercise. Why don't they just go outside and walk? And we were just floored. I was like, I didn't say this to him because I didn't get a chance. I would have, trust me, but you obviously didn't play high school sports, and you obviously have zero concern for these kids. He said we should put them in a bubble, literally said the words, we need to bubble them like they do in the professional and the college system. We need to bubble these kids as our only hope. I did respond to that, and I said, how dare you say and think that these kids need to be put in a bubble? That's not happening. We're not doing it. And that's when I said these kids will find a way to play sports, even if they have to go out of state, and I will make sure they figure out how to do that. So we're not putting our kids in a bubble. That's not doable. And it's like everyone understands we're in a horrible situation with this virus. The thing is the state needs to ask these athletes and coaches, man, what are you guys doing? Because how are you testing so low? We could learn something from you instead of let us punish you. So, yeah, the athleticism and like the football, they were on break for weeks, and then boom, go play your national title game, and it was like, oh my gosh, it's insane.
Yeah, it was an 8-week break, and if you don't know, the high school football season's only 9 weeks, so they played half a season, and then they took a season off, and then they restarted.
Per game, yeah.
And that's just crazy to me. So once again, if you're just waking up right now watching us, good morning. This is Jamie McElveny, who is the founder of the Let Them Play Michigan Facebook group. And to catch you up to speed, the biggest thing with all of this is that she is a mom who has a kid that played football, who just is standing up for the student athletes in Michigan to get high school sports back. And can we talk about what actually is going on tomorrow in Lansing outside of the Capitol building?
Absolutely. And first of all, I do want to make it clear, my son does play basketball. I don't want people to think, oh, she lied. He plays basketball. It's just not his passion. He didn't even play last year because he wanted to get ready for football. So, you know what I mean? Other kids in the state right now, their basketball and wrestling is my son's football. And so I'm willing to fight for their passion just as hard as I fought for his. But Saturday at noon, we're going to the Capitol for an amazing, peaceful rally. We don't call ours protests. We call them rallies. So this will be the third one we've done. We keep everything 100% non-political. I am the only voice in the group that posts anything, so I make it very clear to people. I don't want flags. I want your school flags. I want signs stating whatever it is that you want to state, but no flags. We haven't had a single flag at either of the other two rallies. No reason to do it now, especially now that the crowd's going to be even bigger and that we're having more, better mix of all sides of the aisle, all different ideas and thoughts, and this is the thing that needs to bring this country together on Saturday, this state together. We could set such a good example for this country, for all of us to just put everything aside and just come together. And it's been amazing, you guys. The kids that we have had speak, we're having all kid speakers, all student speakers. Usually it was coaches, adults, health professionals and students. This time it's pretty much some coaches, some elected officials mixed in. We do have a couple big radio show names also in there too. And then we have a special guest that I'm not sure when that will be announced or whatever on your end, but it's going to be awesome. And there's expected to be thousands of people there. We have bus loads from Bridgeport schools. Bridgeport superintendent spoke at it last time, and they're bringing a bus load. Their varsity basketball coach is speaking, and bus loads of kids. It's going to be, put on your snow boots, put on your dang snowsuit. I don't care if it's 50 degrees below zero. Suck it up and act like you're at a high school football game and stand there for 2 hours, because you're not coming to support me. It's not about me. You're coming to support the 20 kids that are going to be on the stage begging for you to show them that the adults are listening and they're not ignored and they're not forgotten. So come support those kids. It's all about the kids, you guys. Keep us.
Yeah, and we got to acknowledge the comments going on right now. I see Anthony LaFada voicing his opinion, saying that he's disappointed that we're bringing somebody on that's not paying attention to science. And truthfully, I just want to clear the airwaves on this, because we are listening to science. Yeah. Because our doctors and everybody that is the science to this, they're saying that contact sports can't be played, but yet they just finished playing football indoors. Well, so that's what I'm confused about.
And the science doesn't just apply to Michigan. Right. I mean, if all the other states are doing this and doing it successfully, right, science would lean you to the point of, oh, this can be done successfully and done the right way. No one's saying rush into this and be reckless. They're just saying, let's be measured, let's have a good plan, and let's get these kids back on the mental health path, because that is the most important part, is making sure kids have good mental health.
And when you think science, too, I mean, we're one state against 49 states that are open. Right. So we're 2%. That's the side that we're leaning on right now, and that's just the confusing part to us. So I respect your opinion, Anthony.
I'm just confused about, is COVID discriminate against adults and kids. Like I said, again, we're watching older people play games.
Right.
And the kids can't go out and go play no games. I'm just kind of confused about it.
I had a question. It seems as though it's nitpicky with what we're deciding, what is banned and what is allowed. Could you explain, in your opinion, Jamie, where do you get this information from? Is it from the representatives that we voted in that are saying, well, you can play this certain type of hockey, but you can't play this certain type of hockey, or you can play football, but only in... What is your opinion on that, and where does the knowledge come from to decide what sports are allowed and what sports aren't?
It's 100% the health department. It is not MHSAA. It's no elected official. They do not have a say in it. It's 100% the Michigan State Department of Health and Human Services, which is who we are suing. That's who our lawsuit is against. They are the only people allowed to make the decisions, them and the governor's office. So the thing is it's so frustrating. It's like you say, we're the only state that doesn't at least have a date for our winter sports. And I think there's 3 other states that are in the same boat as us as far as pushing back our winter sports. So the science only pertains to Michigan. And first of all, we do have science. The whole fall sports season, 95 to 98% of the competitions were allowed to go forward because of our test rates were so low. Our positive test rates were so low. And then they tested 30,000 times for this pilot program. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but the health department created the pilot program for our students to finish. That's why people are confused as to why football got to go forward, because they got put into a pilot program by the health department. They tested the kids, coaches, staff 3 times a week, the volleyball, diving, swimming, and football, so that they could finish. They did 30,000 tests on our athletes, and 99.8% of them came back negative. That's public knowledge. That's MHSAA has put that out many times. 99.8. So we have our science. We're asking, where's their science? Where's the state science? Because they're the ones not following the science. It's not us.
And listen, all we can do is have our voice heard. So that's what this is all about. Once again, Jamie McElveny, the leader to the Let Them Play Michigan group. And tomorrow, starting at noon until about 2 o'clock, we're going to be there outside of the Capitol building, standing up for what we think is right, and we'll put the kids first before anything, always.
Yeah, and so thank you for taking lead on this, and I'm sure this has invigorated you, and the support you're getting, it just makes you get stronger and stronger daily. Thank you for coming on with us, and we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate your support.
No problem. So, yeah, we'll be in Lansing tomorrow. We're going to take a quick break. I just saw some Stafford rumors come across the screen, and I got a text, too. So maybe something with Matthew Stafford coming up next.
That.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, we're
What's
we're
going
all
on?
checking
What's
out.
going on? I haven't
may
checked
have
yet.
breaking news for Corey. That's the crazy thing right now.
Yeah. Oh boy.
What we got? What do we got? You can't say Stafford and not say it right away.
So I got a text that Dan Orlovsky, obviously Lions expert and Matthew Stafford's biggest champion on any media ever. Like, Orlovsky loves Stafford. So he tweeted out earlier this morning that he's expecting to see some fireworks today with the Grinch, like, evil smile. And he was just on a sports channel talking Dak Prescott may become an unrestricted free agent, and Dallas may be talking trading Dak Prescott to the Lions for Matthew Stafford.
I said when we did the predictions, I said do not let the Cowboys get in this mix because Jerry Jones is finally going to freaking get his guy. He's been salivating for Stafford for the longest. And now that he's having this dispute with Dak over the money, and he got the guy he's been wanting forever is available now. Oh, Jerry! Oh my God! Let's just take Jerry for everything he has.
Right. Let's see what he's gonna offer for that.
We can get for him.
So here's how we can get more out of Jerry Jones. Okay, Deshaun Watson needs to go to Washington. Jerry Jones will panic because then there will be a quarterback's arms race in the weak NFC East, and Washington will be the clear front runner if they have Deshaun Watson, right? Then he's going to panic. Then we can take him for all he got with Matthew Stafford because he's going to want to at least match what Washington is doing in the offseason.
So we need that news to break first.
I hope that happens because I believe you get Dak, and then you can just take. You know what? We want that. We want that. We want that.
Yep.
We want that. We want a couple of those.
Couple billions too. We know he got a few of those.
Oh yeah, no, you're just going on a shopping spree for the Cowboys at this point. You're just walking through like, do we need a kicker? Nah, I don't want Dan Bale.
I want that projector screen in the middle, man. That jumbotron.
And Jerry, throw in that yacht. Thank you. That $200 million yacht.
Of them cheerleaders too, man. Send them our way.
Adam, as soon as I said this, Adam just sat down because Art had to go to the bathroom real quick. But as soon as I said this, you just started shaking your head. Let's hear it from you, buddy.
Man, really? This is what we're doing?
It's not what I'm doing. I'm just reporting the news, man.
It's on the big screens.
This is Dan Orlovsky. You want to yell at Dan Orlovsky?
I'll take Dak Prescott for like 30 mil, but not for 40.
Oh, no. I think that ship has sailed for Dak.
I think that Dak is going to take what he can get right now.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You think he still wants that, like, $40 million?
He wants 34 to 38, easily.
Oof. I don't know about that, man.
Nah, I wouldn't give that. Why would we give him that? Not at all.
There is no way Dak Prescott is worth that money right now with a busted-ass ankle like that. No way. No way I would pay that. But that being said, I do like Dak Prescott as a quarterback, and I wouldn't mind seeing what he could do in a Lions uniform.
Yeah, why not? I mean, as long as the money is right, then
right.
Hey,
you know, we're gonna rebuild the team. He can rebuild his ankle at the same time, and in 3 years, be ready to go again.
Oh man,
so now we need to wait 3 more years. Wait, what?
I mean, hey, Terry Foster said we weren't going to win a playoff game for 3 years anyway.
Right.
So,
dude, with our lineup right now that we got on the coaching staff, man, I'm thinking sooner.
So that
you never know.
That is just some quick updates. So I mean, Corey, stay on the phone today, man. Like we should be ready.
The one time I put my phone in my pocket.
Yeah, I beat you to it, Corey. I beat Corey to the news here on Woodward Sports. So that makes me very happy. Sorry, Corey. And it's good news, too.
Yeah.
See how this works? You don't just come to me with bad news. You can come to me with good news, too.
Our job is the bearing of bad news.
It's the bearing of bad news. Speaking of the bearing of bad news, Art, how'd your parlay work out yesterday?
Listen, I didn't even want it to be brought up on air, honestly, because I'm embarrassed by it.
And when you told me that, I knew I was going to bring it up.
Yeah, so I'm not going to lie. I follow Adam's bets a lot. Like
silently too?
Is silent. Well, yeah, and that's the thing is I wasn't going to even bring this up on air because I'm so embarrassed by it. But yesterday he picked the Clippers, the Rockets, and the Dallas Stars. And I saw it posted on our new group, which if you like to gamble sports, I can't recommend it enough. Best Bets Michigan.
On Facebook, just search it. Best Bet Michigan.
Yep. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put $10 in the hole, see what happens. The payout was 80. I put my bets in. I'm watching literally sports that I would never like I don't care about the Houston Rockets. I'm a Pistons guy, and I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they won. Oh my gosh, the Clippers won. I didn't want to bet against my precious Red Wings, but let's be honest, they're having a terrible season, so I bet against them. I look and I'm like, oh my gosh, I won. And then I realized they did the stupidest rookie mistake you can make ever. I bet on the point spread instead of the money line. I'm an idiot. Now my children can't eat for a week. I'm so stupid. I was so mad at myself that I'm like, I just need to go in the shed and sleep in the shed. Like
sleep in the shed.
Miserable darkness that was in. I was like, this is why you need to Google stuff before you do it. I bet on the point spread it was like -17.5 for the Rockets. They ended up winning by 3, I think. I was so mad. I'm like, I'm never doing this again. I'm never doing this again.
No, you came in this morning. You're like, I need to get out of that group. I need to stop gambling. And we're literally 4 days into gambling being legal here in Michigan.
Art's tapping out. $80.
Now, Adam,
food for
tell him how the bet was supposed to go.
Dumbass.
Tell him how it was supposed to go.
I sent a screenshot in the group.
Right.
With the fucking answers to the test. And you couldn't even copy. What the fuck?
He's more upset with me than my mom is when she left me when I was 2. He's so mad right now. Feel bad for me, okay? I'm a degenerate gambler who made a $10 bet that could have turned it into 80, and instead I'm sitting here negative $10 out and never betting again. We got sitting over here doing the money dance.
We got to do a GoFundMe for Art's kids right now. Feed Art's kids.
Like we do for the Detroit Dog Rats. Just $5, you can feed them for a week.
It's true, too.
Like
peanut butter goes a long way.
Music. Just for $5. Feed Art's. Actually, no, it's going to take like $20 for all of his 21 kids.
You too can support Art's degenerate gambling habit.
Yeah, my Cash App is ArtSmithWSN if you want to throw me a couple bucks, bro.
Just $5 or 5 easy payments of $1.
Now, Adam, you also had a parlay going yesterday with a soccer game, and you almost won $700 off a $5 bet yesterday.
I did almost.
Almost, and
he
they scored the first goal.
In it too. I was like, I got free money from this one betting place, which we're not going to say because it's not my bookie, the best one. But I was like, I'll throw $5 in, and I'm sitting there watching soccer in the middle of the day in London.
This dude's addicted. He's gone to every single app to get their free money.
And by the way, if you want free money right now, go to MyBookie. Whatever you deposit first, they'll match up to 50%, up to $1,000. And all you got to do, enter promo code Woodward. And MyBookie is, we have spent a lot of time on gambling this week around here at Woodward Sports.
It's funny because you just go office to office and they're just on their computer doing their thing.
Just randomly yelling and shouting at like cricket in London going on at 2 in the afternoon. So MyBookie, make sure you go there. They'll pay you out in crypto, which is cool. They'll pay you out in cash, which is cool. However you want to get your return, they'll do that. And they just have tons of prop bets, tons of fun bets. So go to MyBookie right now, enter promo code Woodward, and get that money.
Dude, we're talking about crypto on this same note. Have you got this stock market right now? So my friend told me to get Dogecoin or Dogecoin, Doggy Coin, whatever the hell the thing is.
Coin.
I don't even know. I won money from Sheffield United. Apparently, is a soccer team the other day that I didn't know about, and now making money off of Dogecoin or whatever the hell this is.
Shout out to Drake Bell who told me to get Dogecoin about 3 weeks ago.
Did you get it?
You got?
Oh, yeah.
So you're just watching that thing skyrocket.
I love the battle of Robinhood and Reddit right now. It's become like the most American thing that I can think of.
I will say I have tripled my investment. I put $3 into Doggy Dodgy, whatever the hell coin it's called, this morning. Woke up and got $10, so I'm basically even.
Okay, so
quit gambling and play the stock market.
Seriously. And Joy's giving you tips. And Corey, he's never once had a conversation with me like, hey, invest in this. So thanks, Joy. Appreciate it.
I seen him post about this. I'm like, hey, I want to ask you about that Bitcoin. And then he came back there and talked to me and Justin for about a good hour before he went home about crypto.
Yeah, and here's the thing, too. It's like you really can't trust anybody on this stuff.
No.
Like, how do you really know? Like, yes, I got it. I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, I knew this was coming. Got lucky as shit yesterday.
Listen, if you're in that Reddit room, you know what's coming. You know what's coming. So
if Elon Musk says getting something, then just go ahead and grab it.
Yep.
And that's really what it is.
Did you cash out or are you still holding?
I'm holding because
my dog.
I'm just ain't no need to cash out right now. It took a little dip today. I'm gonna grab some more actually.
I will say too, with the crypto market, it's 24/7.
Yeah,
like that's what's crazy. Like, and Jake Paul, who is like the bane of my existence, actually posted on Instagram to invest, and then Elon did. It's crazy.
You're listening to freaking Jake Paul now?
I know, but it's crazy how like when you look at who influences what, the stock market when it comes to crypto, the crypto market, it's all the time, and all it takes is a tweet from a powerful person, and it blows up.
That's the stock market. You love it. You love it.
I'll just say this about the Dogecoin. Just go ahead and throw a couple dollars in there, something you don't mind losing, because
it's 20 cents.
Because the thing is, if it hits $1, you're coming out great.
Yeah.
And Art just said it's 20 cents. It's not. It's literally 5 cents.
Woo!
5 cents. And to get you up to speed, it went up to like 9 cents yesterday.
Oh,
so
I'm really bad at math.
We're talking pennies, but this is like doubling profit on this, so it's crazy.
Forget how much the stock costs. You're really going off percentages. If you put in $1,000, you're getting the percentage back, and that's the important thing. It's been funny to watch Mark Cuban champion the small people in this.
Yep.
He's like, what's going on with Reddit and all these stocks going up and down? He's like, listen, big guys have been doing it for years. I don't know why we're complaining when the small guys figured out the loophole. I saw Gary Vee talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, the internet's always going to win. This is how people communicate, and unless we become like a communist China or a Russia where they control everything that's on our internet. People are going to use the internet to do these types of things, and we don't want to be that. So we're going to have to ride with this.
And this is how the rich get richer too. You get
your
the
poor
other
get rich right now,
right? But you get your other billionaire friend to go into a stock, and then you get all these people going in, and bam, you got it at a cheap price, and now all of a sudden it's worth a lot.
But that's so. I think what is really weak right now is how the little guys are getting money, and then all of a sudden, we got to put a stop to all these halts, all these trades, and everything like that. That is so whack.
I saw the best tweet about that. It's like, why don't we just cut these hedge funds a $600 check and tell them they'll be all right?
Can we please do like a 101 for all this stuff? Because like, I'll be honest, like, parlays and money lines and game points, I need it, okay? Like, my baby's got to eat. I got too many kids to be putting out these $10 bets and getting nothing back. Can we do like a Woodward sports tutorial? Can we have Adam say, "You're a dumbass. You need to do it this way. Bang at the table or whatever."
That's what we'll use Best Bets Michigan for. To the
that's
people.
What we need.
Yeah. So the people that don't really know exactly what they're doing betting, you can listen to experts like Adam. You can listen to dumbasses like me, or
I'm
you can
a genius in the stock world right now, so you gotta listen to me on this crypto, all right?
Yeah. But yeah, go to Best Bets Michigan on Facebook right now. Join the group. We got like 200 people in there, and there's some great gamblers in there giving some great advice already.
Adam legit. Art, my bad. He legit just left the group 15 minutes ago, and he's back in right now.
I'm back in.
I'm back in, baby. I'm back in. And so, yeah, it's crazy. And speaking of money, remember the $1 billion lotto winner that we don't know about from Novi, who it is, but the rumor is that the Novi teachers were the ones who actually won it, a group of teachers. I have a statement here from, where is it? Yeah, there it is.
Come on, is it teachers?
They don't know. But from the Novi Community School District here, we've heard rumors like everybody else in the community. While it would be fantastic if a group of teachers from the staff of the Novi Community School District won the lottery, we have no reason to believe the rumors are true. Wah, wah.
Well, listen, come on. It's just the Novi Kroger. It could be any
But you heard it was just one old Arabic dude.
Oh, it was some Chaldean dude. That's why these rumors, man, you can't trust any of these.
No, but it's funny, like... that this rumor's gotten so big that the Detroit Free Press is writing articles and getting quotes on it.
Yeah, but it's like we confirmed, right, that the Michigan lottery winners cannot be anonymous.
Anonymous, right.
So we got to find out at some point.
I guess so, but even if the one person has to claim the ticket, I think, and then they disperse it after that, unless they're all going to walk up on stage and sign the check. I'm not sure how that worked. I've never won the lotto. If I did, I don't care.
Dude,
you know my
how
name.
Sweet would that be? How many school districts do you think we have in like Metro Detroit?
Oh, hundreds. Thousands.
Like, dude, throw $10,000 to every single one of them.
Why would they do that?
Like a teacher, come on, you know damn well a teacher's going to do that.
The way I see this going is just like The Office when the entire warehouse won the lotto.
Yeah.
Like they just quit. They just walked away. Like I'm going to go live the dream.
Teachers are different though. Teachers are not the type of people that are going to just all of a sudden, well, most teachers aren't the type of people that would just all of a sudden take the money and jet.
No, most teachers aren't in it for the money, but once you got the money, you ain't got to be in it. So
that's true. That's true.
I don't know, man. They could teach online, I guess.
Well, whatever it is, at least we know it was sold in Novi, which is freaking amazing.
Right. So, yeah, we'll find out about that. Joey, it is 9 a.m. You want to hit on your news?
Yeah, so let's do a quick little Woodward sports update. The best headline that we have today is the Washington head coach, Ron Rivera, is declared cancer-free, baby.
Yeah!
And it's just his entire story. I mean, we talk about it time and time again of him at halftime going in to get his treatment. And it's just, he does that and then goes back to the football field, because I have family members that have had to deal with the treatment with cancer. And that knocks you out.
Mm-hmm.
And to go out there on the football field and full energy as he always was is amazing.
My dad was the toughest son of a bitch you ever come across. He used to ride bulls, he used to race cars, and I mean, that chemo took him down. Like, it's something that I've never seen happen to humans before, but even when we were going in that treatment room, you could see everybody was just being worn down.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's poison. You're poisoning your body, hoping it kills the cancer. It worked out for Ron Rivera, so I'm so happy for that.
It did, so that's amazing. Let's transition this, though, to the Detroit Lions now, because we're looking at a couple new coaches, guys. The first one, Hines Ward, I'm assuming for the wide receiver coach position, and then Mark Brunell for the quarterback coach.
Nice.
Yeah, no, they just announced Mark Brunell officially.
Official?
There it is.
It's official like a referee whistle?
Mark Brunell is official. They officially announced Mark Brunell and Deuce Staley.
Nice.
Oh, that's amazing. The Pistons yesterday, we can talk about the Pistons in a good note.
Heck
They
yeah.
beat the Lakers, yes, with LeBron James, 107-92 yesterday. A great game from them. The Red Wings losing to the undefeated Dallas Stars again, 7-3. And a moment of silence for Michigan State because they got their ass whooped yesterday.
Hard.
Lost by 30 points to Rutgers.
And cost me my parlay. Yeah.
So now you really pissed at them.
I mean, I'm more pissed at myself.
Why are you banned for State? Like, really?
Because it's Tom Izzo. He had time off, and they were playing Rutgers, man.
Yeah.
They should have at least hung in the game by 2 points.
That was the spread, too.
2.5, right.
30?
30?
Hey, I won my bet last night.
Yeah, good job, Corey.
Should have bet on the Pistons.
So the biggest local news coming in today is that Detroit's St. Patrick's Day Parade has been canceled, an event that attracts more than 80,000 people in Detroit every single year. So that's the sad news that we're dealing with.
Yeah, but right after the show, we're going to work on putting together the unofficial St. Patrick's Day Parade. Like, I'm for real. We're going to doll up the Zot Gladiator. We're going to take it right down Michigan Avenue on that Sunday before St. Patrick's Day.
Have some beads that we could throw out.
Fish is going to be throwing out T-shirts and beads, and we're just going to have a lot of fun.
You know what they show you for beads, right, Fishy?
Yeah.
Boobies. Boobies. There's your Woodward Sports Update, guys. We'll keep you updated on all these coaching changes that we got for the organization, and the most important, Matthew Stafford rumors that we got to get back on.
Yeah, I mean, we'll keep up with those all day long. So I wanted to get into this article that came out on CBS Sports. They graded the offseason head coaching hires around the NFL. They've only done 6 of them. They didn't get the Houston Texans coach in this. But I'm looking at this list. You got Urban Meyer, Dan Campbell, Brandon Staley, Saleh, Arthur Smith, and Nick Sirianni. Sirianni, is that how you say his last name? Sirianni. Either way, where do you think the Lions land in how they're graded with their head coaching decision? What grade would you give them? Actually, let's start with Urban Meyer. Let's start with Urban Meyer, and we'll work our way down the list till we get to the Lions. How would you grade the Urban Meyer hire at head coach?
A+.
A+.
Oh, wow. You're giving him the perfect score off rip.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Jaguars. The fact that you get somebody like Urban Meyer to come in there, he's an instant culture changer. And he brings instant credibility to the franchise. So I'll give that as an A+ hire.
And you got that #1 overall pick, which is probably going to turn into Trevor Lawrence.
That's true.
You give Urban Meyer Trevor Lawrence, that's a fun spread offense they're going to be running. What do you give that?
I'm going to give it an A because, I mean, you do look at all the weapons, and at the end of the day, it is still the Jaguars. So it's we know he's going to be a good NFL coach.
Yep.
And I'm excited to see it.
So according to them, they gave him a B hire.
Oh, wow.
And that's not even
low.
the highest on this list. Obviously, we'll get to the highest. What do you think about Brandon Staley for the LA Chargers? What do you think he got as a grade?
B.
Yeah, based off of that last one, I'm going to go with a B too.
B? So you think he got the same as Urban Meyer?
B minus. You're right. B minus.
For the Chargers.
Yes. The LA Chargers. He was previously the LA Rams defensive coordinator. He's had a quote-unquote meteoric rise. What do you think?
For the Chargers, I would give it an A.
An A? Wow.
For them.
Okay. Well, they gave him a C.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. And that's the lowest score on this chart. I'm going to give you guys that.
Okay.
What do you think about the Jets and Robert Saleh? What grade do you give the Jets by getting Robert Saleh?
Oh, man. This was a big news. I'm going to go with A minus.
A minus for the Jets and Robert Saleh?
Man, I'm kind of insecure now about this. I'm gonna go B. I'm probably wrong now.
They gave Robert Saleh the highest score and gave it an A for the hire.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we all loved Robert Saleh around here. We thought it was going to be a good hire too if the Lions got him. Obviously, he's the San Francisco 49ers former defensive coordinator. And it says, at first glance, this looks almost entirely like a reversal of course for the failed Adam Gase experiment. And then they go on to just say, all the experience he had, they should be more engaged, they should be more disciplined, and you should see a better Jets team coming out of this.
You look at the market value, too, that he had, because there was a lot of teams that had interest in him.
Yeah.
That's why I'm sure his score skyrocketed.
Yeah, and then was it you, Corey, that was telling me that the 9/11 kind of gave him the soft spot for New York? That's why he chose that job over all of them, because his brother was a firefighter and he, helped out during the 9/11 attacks.
Wow, no, I'm not going to take credit for that one.
Okay, somebody told me that, and that was, from what I understand, a big reason why his heart was in New York for that type of job.
Well, I will say this. This is what I did tell you. They said that going into this whole coaching, carousel, Saleh was lasered in on the Jets. That's the job that he wanted, period. Like, if somebody else offered it to him, he would have, considered it, but he wanted the Jets job all along. So even if the Lions would have been there, he still would have probably went to the Jets.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like, I heard from multiple people that Robert Saleh would have walked across the country to take the job for the Lions. But then you also hear conflicting reports that the Jets was the job that he always really wanted.
Yeah,
so
Twitter trolls.
But Saleh got an A. They gave him an A. What do you think about the Atlanta Falcons hiring Arthur Smith?
That's got to be to me, that's a C.
A C, okay.
Oh, you said C was the lowest grade already, right?
Yeah, C is the lowest.
I think it's a C higher, but
a C plus,
C higher,
C plus.
I'd say C plus then.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna agree with Corey on that. C plus.
Okay, they give him a B plus.
B plus.
Yeah, which I thought was really high. And they said if the Falcons are looking to make the most out of Matt Ryan and their explosive offense, the hire of Arthur Smith is a home run, literally. Smith was the architect of the revamped Tennessee offense since Ryan Tannehill, who became one of the league's best quarterbacks in the past 2 seasons under Smith's tutelage. And I get that. I didn't want Arthur Smith here because
oh God, no.
One thing's missing from his offense, no matter where he goes. A big thing.
Derrick Henry?
Derrick frickin' Henry is the reason why that offense was able to run, why Tannehill was able to become a productive quarterback. Because if I'm handing the ball off 30 times a game and I get to run 10 play action off of that, it's going to open up. So, like, to me, Arthur Smith, you had to take with a grain of salt. Yes, they have been a successful offense, but no, they couldn't do it without Derrick. You put Darrington Evans in their backfield, who was their backup to Derrick Henry, that offense sucks.
Oh,
it just sucks.
He's the thing that gets everything else running. So
right.
All right.
Yeah, I thought that was a very high grade for Arthur Smith. And then the Eagles with Nick Sirianni, what do you think they got? Take your time.
They probably get at a B.
A B?
They
okay.
probably gave it a B.
Yeah, I'm gonna go B minus on that one.
They gave him a B plus.
Okay.
Yep. And then there's just there's so much promise in his background to overlook. He's young. He's ascending. He was handpicked OC of Frank Reich and a respected leader of the Eagles, and he had Eagles ties. So, I mean, I don't know enough about this guy to really give a full opinion on him. I'll do some more research after the show today. But it's a hire for the Eagles. They needed something. Anything, really.
I mean, I think that Deuce Staley should have got the job, but hey, thanks a lot, Philly.
Yeah, right. we'll take him.
We'll take that.
That's how Philly felt with us about Darius Slay and Jason Huntley, though. Like, hey, we traded you a 5th-round pick. You drafted a guy and then dropped him, and we picked him up. Then we didn't have to, we got our 5th-round pick back. That frustrated the hell out of me this year, how that whole scenario went down. All right, now it's time for the Detroit Lions.
Oh, yeah.
What grade do you think Dan Campbell got as the new head coach of the Detroit Lions?
He should have gotten a B.
Okay.
I'm going to give him a B plus because I feel like the way he set his tone in Detroit for the organization already has been a fan favorite across the league.
Yeah. Well, not really across the league, just here in Detroit.
Right.
Yeah. But he definitely got our fan base fired up. And Corey, you are correct. He comes in at a B. And obviously, with any new head coach, it's a wait and see what their grade's going to be. But I thought this was fun to go over. And they said, despite never having the title of quote-unquote coordinator, Campbell has certainly earned the respect of his players over the years. Campbell even has familiarity with Detroit, catching 23 passes for the Lions in 3 seasons. He played 10 seasons in the NFL. He understands the culture has to change with the Lions franchise. So they're just saying, this is a good hire, but he didn't get the highest score. And I'm surprised Urban Meyer didn't get the highest score, but Saleh with the A had the 4.0.
I feel like he was just the most talked about coach in this offseason.
He was definitely the most sought-after coach, man. And really, it was 2 years removed from when he should have been the most sought-after coach. Like, after they went to the championship, that's when his name really started catching buzz. And then last year, meh.
I think with last year, though, with the injuries that the 49ers faced and that their defense was still very respectable, I think that's why he's gotten such a high grade. It's like, okay, yeah, you did good with all of your pieces, but man, you did this when you lost those pieces? Okay, yeah, you might be that guy.
Right. So that's the grades. What do you guys give the grade for the Lions? Put it in the chat right now. If you're on YouTube watching, write it in the comments. If you're watching on Facebook, put it down there. What do you give the Dan Campbell hiring? And you know what we can do? We can average all of them out and give that'll be his final grade.
Yep.
So if you're watching right now on Facebook, thank you. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you, and Twitter. And also, if you're watching on any of those, slide on over to YouTube real quick and subscribe to us. We're really trying to build up that YouTube page, and you guys have done such a good job supporting us on Facebook and all the other social platforms. But if you're watching right now, slide on over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button for Woodward Sports.
Yeah, we appreciate the support. And then another one I want to appreciate for their support is Dr. Yeldo, because that whole team over at the Yeldo Eye Center has just been so supportive of us from the start of launching Woodward Sports Network. Been with us since day one, and honestly been a big part of Stick and I's last few years, because when we went to go see him and get custom LASIK, it changed our lives. They are the best of the best. And then when it comes to pricing, they'll negotiate with any price that you get elsewhere, because they just know and believe in their doctor with Dr. Yeldo so much that it's the place you got to go. So call right now for your free evaluation at 1-800-398-EYES or go to YeldoEyeCenter.com.
Yeah, and it's $1,500 off right now if you mention Woodward Sports. So save your money, too, and help a nice local company like Dr. Yeldo. Super nice guy, super easy. We're going to convince Corey to get this done. One day, Corey's going to be standing up here. You're going to be like, remember Mike Wilbon, when he finally got his glasses off? That's going to be you, man.
I'm going to get it done. I just love my glasses, man. I'm going to get it done, you know.
You can still wear the glasses, but you just get some glasses.
I'm going to wear the glasses as a props.
Exactly.
Moving forward, but I think that would be nice to just not have to find these things and clean my lenses every damn day. That's getting old.
It is a pain in the ass. And some people in the chat right now talking about our Woodward swag that we got on. If you want, our shop is up. It's woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We got Woodward football, baseball, basketball, hockey, and alternating colors, too. Like if you want the blue with the white, we got that one, too. For baseball, we got the orange and the blue and the orange. I love these, man. I can't stop wearing them. And they're soft.
Those have been the hottest sellers. Those and then the Carhartt Woodward Sports beanies.
Yes.
Especially right now. You need the beanies.
Do I get a discount?
Yeah.
Bet.
$1 off.
It's coming out the check, but $1 off.
And then we got t-shirts like Joey's wearing up there. So, just make sure you hit up woodwardsports.com, click on shop. And honestly, these make really nice gifts. They're comfortable. It's warm. I love it. So did you guys see one of my favorite movies as a kid is coming back as a remake? And I'm not talking about Cobra Kai, because Cobra Kai to me is the best. It's the apex of all remakes ever. Did you guys see the new one that's coming out?
You talking about Coach Bombay?
Coach Bombay's back.
Dude, this is crazy.
Quack. 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 You didn't fuck with Mighty Ducks?
I do. I'm mixed on it.
You're mixed on the remake?
You don't want this to mess it up for you, don't you?
No, here's my thing. First off, anytime Disney touches something, whether you like Disney or not, they're not going to half-ass it. So I think they're going to do it's going to be entertaining, and I think they're going to do a really good job. It's just like, man, is Hollywood right now so whack that they got to redo the old ideas because they can't come up with anything new?
Right.
But then again, I'm about to binge watch it.
I'm telling you, Cobra Kai to me has been like the best TV show to come out in the past like 10 years. Really, like I binge watched that whole last season in a day and a half. It's just been amazing, and I like how they're revamping these things. Like Fuller House, I really didn't get in with, even though I watched Full House as a kid. But Cobra Kai, they've done such a good job of incorporating Karate Kid into Cobra Kai and like bringing back old characters, like referencing Karate Kid 3 and stuff like that. I can't wait to see what they do with the Mighty Ducks. And we got a little peek at the trailer. I don't know if we can play it all, but like play like 30 seconds of it.
I gotta cut you. If you can't be great at hockey, it's like, don't bother. I want you to think about all the other kids who've been told that they're too small or too slow. They just want to get out there and play. Let's start our own team. All we need is an ice rink.
You lost? So you're really gonna red skate?
Giving me the chills, dude.
Yeah, man. That just brings back so many happy memories. Like, I wonder if they're going to do the flying V, the knuckle puck, all those things.
I'm so irritated. I'm not trying to be like that guy right now, but I'm going to. Why do they have to make it so dark? Like, it's just this kid trying to play hockey, and his mom's there. And then, Emilio! It's freaking, he's got a wrench. He went back to, fixing cars. What are we doing here? Like, why? The Mighty Ducks was always, such a feel-good movie, and there was the spots, but, it's like they tried to do Dark Knight Rises and Mighty Ducks.
Listen, Art, life is hard, okay?
I know, I lost $10 last night on a parlay.
Sometimes you're Gordon Bombay, hitting it off the goalpost, just 1 inch right, you're a hero, 1 inch left, you miss completely. And now they got to bring it back, man.
What's crazy is this movie's about 30 years old, I'm guessing.
Yeah, right at it.
We're getting old.
How old are they going to be?
Well, it's not the same kids, Joey.
We need some of them.
Have you seen Goldberg? Like, he turned into a meth head. Have you seen those pictures of him?
This is why I don't understand, Corey made a great point. Why are we revisiting these movies when there's so many people out there that have great screenplays?
They don't.
Oh
they don't. That's why. I mean,
Okay.
honestly, there's 5 plots to every movie, and that's it in the entire world. It's just
like the
chords
guitar
on a
chords
guitar
thing. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And there's only so many ways you can redo them, and that's what they do. And obviously, right now with the success of the Cobra Kai, this is what you're gonna see. Like Fuller House work, they're just gonna constantly try to reinstill nostalgia to draw people
Does
in.
the coach get hooked on meth? Is that part of the movie story? They're going to turn it into a Disney sideshow.
Disney sideshow.
one of the players stabs the other one. Come on.
So Goldberg is celebrating 1 year of sobriety on Wednesday, guys.
Good job, Goldberg.
There we go.
Yeah,
he looks messed up.
Dude,
Wow.
he was in rough shape for a while there. Did you guys ever see that dark remake of? They did the trailer for Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yes,
I've seen that. I was like, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was pretty well
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty damn good.
They made it to where Will Smith. It was kind of like Boys in the Hood when he's out there playing basketball, and they redid the beginning, and it just shows how the people pulled a gun on him, how he ran home, and he had to go to L.A. I thought they did a really good job, but that was just some guy messing around. That was never thoughts to remake Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It was just some guy bored as hell and came up with a great project.
And what's crazy is I think Will Smith retweeted it or reshared it. Wow.
Right. So if they could remake one sports movie, what would you want them to remake?
Ooh, yeah. Go Joey first.
That's a tough one.
From your childhood. I mean, obviously, the Mighty Ducks, was a great trilogy.
The Mighty Ducks is a great one.
Darren did say one that me and my cousin know religiously in the chat. Little Giants.
The annexation of Puerto Rico, baby. That would be funny if they remade that. What you got, Art?
I've got one, but I don't know if it constitutes as a sport movie, but Kickboxer with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, yeah.
Bring him back and
With
he's
Tom
old
Paul?
as shit.
Yeah. I used to love all those Jean-Claude Van Damme. Bloodsport.
Yeah.
The problem with Bloodsport is they went all the way to Bloodsport 17, with guys you've never even heard of. A lot of people are saying Space Jam. They are remaking Space Jam with LeBron.
LeBron James.
Coach Carter. I don't know if you could outdo Samuel L. Jackson and Coach.
You can't going to outdo Coach, Samuel L. Jackson's voice. No, you can't.
Yeah, Space Jam would be good when they redo that. One movie that I guess it's a sports movie because NASCAR is a sport, but Days of Thunder. Days of Thunder.
I love you, bro.
Really?
That to me would be, because you can make it in the 2020 version.
Right.
And to me, I don't understand. I get the whole Scientology thing, whatever. You could hate Tom Cruise for that. But literally one of the greatest actors of our generation. I'm just going to say it.
Right.
And he does his own stunts.
Right.
I love it.
A follow-up to Happy Gilmore. That would be hilarious.
Ooh, that'd be great.
That would be hilarious. Old-ass Happy Gilmore. He's
still funny, too.
Right? I love Adam Sandler. Bull Durham would be a great one, too.
White Man Can't Jump. That's in there. That would be good.
That would be a good one. How would you remake that, though? What would the plot of that be? White men finally
It's just
learn
Woody
to jump?
Harrelson smoking weed the whole time. feel like playing basketball today, bro. Let's just smoke this blunt.
Right, Woody
so
Harrelson and Wesley Snipes.
See, I thought we were going kiddie movies. We're just going sports movies.
Yeah,
there.
so what sports movie from when you were a kid? You know?
I mean, I probably shouldn't have been watching it, but The Program.
Oh, yeah. Follow Lattimore's career, see what happens after he got off
The Woodward
steroids.
chat said Air Bud.
I mean, we got Detroit Dog Rescue.
Yeah. Dude, they should do that like a recreate for Detroit. Oh, that'd be so good.
Let's see. What else do we got? Rudy? You can't remake Rudy, I don't think.
Yeah, Rudy's a tough one.
What would you do to follow Rudy after that when he went and worked at the law firm because he couldn't make it as a pro? Like, you just follow Rudy around a law firm. He's getting everybody's coffee and shit.
Day 562, and he's just walking coffee.
But he always has his letter jacket on. Like, he's that dude that never takes his letter jacket off.
I know it's not like a typical sports movie. The Color of Money with Paul Newman and Tom Cruise. You could get new actors.
The
like
pool movie?
Yeah, maybe you get like who's the guy? Come on, God, this is gonna drive me nuts. Oh my gosh, he's got a brother, James Franco. You get like James Franco and Clint Eastwood.
He's got a brother.
And Clint Eastwood?
Yeah, just like, because it was Paul Newman and Tom Cruise. Like old guy, young guy.
Yeah, I don't know about Clint Eastwood. I don't see Clint Eastwood being a pool shark. Like, how awkward would that be? He's not smooth, man. He's not smooth enough to have that role.
I think the one that would make a lot of money, and you could honestly pretty much bring back some of the older actors from it, do another Any Given Sunday.
Ooh, I like that. Willie Beeman, see what he's up to? I would love that. See what Pacino is up to? Like he's a degenerate somewhere.
Jamie Foxx return.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx. Man, those are some great movies. I love trilogies like that too, like The Mighty Ducks. And
yeah,
I mean, it's just fun to think about all these. And this is what people in Hollywood are doing right now. Huh? What was good back then that we can remake now and put it up on Netflix and make a bunch of money?
Dude, all I know is once this is over, there better be some badass movies every single weekend for about 29 months straight.
Yo, there's gonna be badass movies, badass tours. Like, because there's all these artists, actors that are starving right now because you can't do anything.
I bet you so many are gonna quit. They're going to just come out of this and they're just done. They gave up their career.
Yeah, I don't know. Like early in the pandemic, I posted this on Facebook. I'm like, I cannot wait to see the art and the culture that comes out of this. I didn't know this shit was going to last a year. I just figured you were locking like creative people up for 4 months in their houses, that they were just going to, their minds were going to come up with some awesome ideas.
But now you're dealing with the mental health to it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm scared. Like, truthfully, I think we're going to lose a few just giving up the career.
Yeah. Oh, I think this is a great movie to remake, The Sandlot.
Yes.
That would be perfect. Have kids that play on a little league team together.
It could be like It. You know, like in It, they had the kids and they turned into adults.
Yeah.
You have that, and then that'd be dope.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite one.
That's probably the best one.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Because it's realistic too.
Huh? Take it to Hollywood.
Take it to Hollywood. I'm sure they've already thought about it.
It's realistic too. That's what I like about that one. Like, it can easily be done.
Right. I'm just reminiscing about The Sandlot in my head right now. I'm thinking like how they could rebuild these characters, you know, do the whole scene again with the tobacco when they find the dad. And what baseball would they lose? Like, not a Babe Ruth baseball.
They would lose a tablet now.
Yeah.
I'm just so disappointed that well, actually, I'm not disappointed. I take that back. I'm glad that nobody said the worst movie ever, sports movie ever, Joanna Man. Thank God nobody said that.
I don't think you could make that nowadays. No. I really don't.
And like chicks. You couldn't make white chicks either. Like movies
chicks,
like those.
No, not in PC culture. No way.
Rob Coddington with a good one with Waterboy.
I mean, he's married to Vicky Valancourt. And they have babies. That would be funny too.
That'd be great.
So yeah, they're remaking The Mighty Ducks. It's coming out, I believe, on Netflix. I'm excited for it.
Oh no, it's gonna be on Disney Plus.
Oh, it's Disney. Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yo, and real quick too, HBO Max is doing subscription services for movies that are hitting theaters and streaming. So, you know, speaking of movies, Denzel Washington, Jared Leto, and the guy that was Freddie Mercury and Queen, The Little Things is out tonight. If you have HBO Max, you can watch it at home. So
screw that.
Heads up.
What's that about?
It's a murder movie with Jared Leto. I'm watching it right when I get home.
Screw that.
So.
They're trying to take away business from local theaters just because they're closed.
Yeah, it does suck because, like, to me, the biggest enjoyment in my life, I've got so many kids, like, before work, I would go watch a movie by myself. It's the bet. There's nothing better than taking a little edible and going and sitting in a movie theater for 2 hours and you're just like sucked into this movie. It sucks that theaters don't have that now. Even if it was like limited capacity, like they did for a while.
Open.
Yeah, but it's just I like going by myself, so maybe I should do that this weekend.
And speaking of edibles, make sure you go to growgreenmi.com. I mean, if you're looking to grow anything in your basement, and I'm not just talking, growing your medicinal marijuana or growing your recreational marijuana. If you want tomatoes in your basement, whatever hydro you want to grow, they have all the equipment for you. And Grow Green MI has been a big supporter of us, so we want to make sure that you guys support them too. Even if you go to their website, click on it, and just poke around, let them know that you're there, let them know that you're here and that we're talking about them all the time. And if you call them and mention Woodward Sports, they're going to send you a free t-shirt. I mean, we got Frisbees here, t-shirts. Actually, yesterday we were supposed to pull some names, and we'll do that today. And if you want to do that again, if you mention Grow Green right now in the comments on YouTube or Facebook, we'll pull some names and hook you guys up with some free stuff. But growgreenmi.com is where you need to go today for all your grow needs. Soil, lights, nutrients, everything. They got it.
And I feel like a lot of people have been building their own gardens this year.
Yeah.
That's probably been like the random hobby that people have picked up.
It falls under that mental health thing, man. Like when I was growing in my basement, my wife would go down in the grow room and just love the light and the soak up the vitamin D that those lights are giving off. So even if you want to create just like a little sunroom in your basement to give you happiness, do
I can
it.
see Stick going to his basement, checking up on them tomatoes every single day.
Yeah, they weren't tomatoes. They weren't tomatoes.
Yeah, I mean, so many of my friends have gotten a green thumb over this whole pandemic. So yeah, that's pretty dope.
Right.
My uncle, I can put my uncle business out there, but yeah, I'll leave it alone.
Shout out to Corey's uncle. We should hang out.
Just say your friend. Now, go ahead, say the story. Say your story. Corey's friend.
So yesterday I saw a funny trade rumor come through for the Pistons. And we've talked about this guy and his entire family. Mm-hmm. And you wonder if his dad's loud mouth kind of already written the check that we're not going to trade for him and get him out of where he's at right now. But would you take Ball from the Pelicans? Lonzo?
Here's the thing.
Lonzo. Yeah. No, yeah. No. Not LaMelo, Lonzo.
Here's the thing. I would take Lonzo Ball because I think he's gotten a few raw situations. His first head coach, Luke Walton?
Yeah.
Hey, don't dog Luke. He put in work against the Pistons game 2 of the 2004 finals.
And nothing since.
His second coach, Alvin Gentry, Alvin Gentry's he was decent under Alvin Gentry, but I'm really not a fan of Gentry as a coach. I think Alvin Gentry's the coach that you get before you get the coach you really want to get. He's the guy that keeps your team respectable. He doesn't really develop any players. Then you bring in Stan Van Gundy.
Oh yeah.
As soon as Stan Van Gundy got there, I said, "All right, it's only the clock has started to when Lonzo gets traded because I just don't think Stan has a certain type of point guard that he likes."
He spoke very highly of him though always throughout.
Stan talks out of both sides of his mouth.
Yeah,
he does.
Stan.
So I mean,
I love Corey's disdain for Stan Van Gundy.
I cannot stand Super Mario with a passion.
Stan Van Jeremy. That's what I used to call him.
Super Mario.
Yeah.
We're gonna build a fucking wall. That's one of my favorite clips of all time, though.
I just love seeing him on the sidelines. It's like you look at my dude, and it's like, how the hell is this guy coaching basketball?
But I think if we had Lonzo here with the way that the Pistons play, he would be great. He's a willing passer. He's going to get guys in their spots. Not a bad defender. The thing about, and also too, right now, we still don't know what we got with Killian Hayes and the injury. Not trying to say that when Killian Hayes comes back, you don't start him. I mean, I would definitely go ahead and give Killian the run if he's good and able to go. But with having him and Lonzo, either one of them starting and running the offense, I honestly would not be not mad at that. Then also too, Alonzo, if he doesn't work out, I think he's like a free agent at the end of the season. Go ahead and cut bait. The problem is, LeVar Ball opened up his damn mouth and called the Pistons a raggedy organization. So if he would have just shut the hell up, they might have went ahead and got Lonzo from there. And
I mean, let's be honest. Business is business, and his dad can run his mouth all he wants. Lonzo's a talented guy, and I would take him on the Pistons roster right now.
If that includes LeVar coming to the game sitting on the sidelines.
Like this, Man, yeah, you know what? Have him sit on the sideline so I can sit behind him and dog his ass the whole game and call him raggedy and all that. And make him eat his words. Like, bring his best son here, because the other ones, whatever. Lonzo's the best ball to me, for sure.
Me and Stick will be throwing popcorn at his head.
Right, like, raggedy ass, raggedy ass, just constantly behind him. He stands up. What? What you gonna do?
But honestly, I would love it. I don't think that it would happen because I don't know who we have that they would want. Off the top of my head, if we're to get Alonzo, I'm thinking that means Derrick Rose is out the door.
Yeah, which is fine.
And hey.
Derrick, as much as I love Derrick Rose and how professional he's been, and he was going to coach up Killian all year coming off the bench and all that, it's great, but it's similar to the Stafford situation. Love the guy, but we got to be thinking the team first in some situations, and that's where we're at with Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was jacked to see Blake Griffin play well last night because
Get
you know
that
what that
trade
means?
value up, baby.
Exactly. Someone may pick up the phone and be like, "Hey, we still see that Blake's got a little left in the tank. We could use him. Let's give you a second-round pick. Go, done."
And if Lonzo Ball's out for us, which he will because he's going to want a contract from somebody.
Right.
Hey, like I said, I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either. But when that popped across my timeline, it was very interesting. And anytime I like Lonzo Ball's game, I think he's one of the best pure passers in the league. Outside of that, many weaknesses, but pure passing. And what else do you want out of your point guard?
And we have not had pure passing. And the main thing that I like about Lonzo is, say what you want about the guy and hitting his shot, his court vision is phenomenal.
Right.
And I think it's only going to grow. So to be able to have that here, and he's still a young guy, so he would be a part of that young Pistons nucleus. I want it.
All right. Well, let's try to get it. Tom Goras, make the call, baby. We're going to take a 30-second break. We'll be right back with talks of the Madden Pro Bowl because I just found out exactly how this is going to go.
Okay.
And I am jacked for it now. It involves Snoop Dogg now.
Oh, come on.
So we're going to talk about that coming up next.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Morning, D-Mac. At first, when I heard about the Pro Bowl being played on Madden, I was like, oh, okay, it's a cool idea. It's a fun idea. It's probably the future of a lot of sports. You don't want these guys getting hurt, whatever, even though they're playing in the Pro Bowl. And by the way, this is the Morning Woodward Show. My name is Stick. I got Corey to my right and Joey to my left. And Corey, people are still talking about your shirt in the chat. People love that Austin 316 stuff, man.
I have a very, very large wrestling graphic tee collection. Like it's pretty sick.
Don't ever say that again.
What?
I'm sorry. I have a very large graphic wrestling collection, I'll have you know.
I'll have you know.
See, he had to make me sound like a total nerd.
He had to give you a lisp.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Okay, so let's talk about the Pro Bowl. Let's talk about the Pro Bowl that's going to be played on Madden. In a normal season, the Pro Bowl would have 88 players, 44 from each conference duking it out. But this year, the AFC is going to be led by Deshaun Watson, Derrick Henry, Snoop Dogg, and Keyshawn Johnson.
Snoop Dogg.
They're representing the AFC in the Pro Bowl, all right? On the NFC side, we got Kyler Murray, Jamal Adams, race car driver Bubba Wallace.
Wait, what?
Yep. And Marshawn Lynch, which I could watch Marshawn Lynch do anything. He is the most entertaining human on the planet.
He is how many interviews have you watched of Marshawn Lynch?
Great.
Because all of them are entertaining, in its own way.
Art, can you Google Marshawn Lynch in a golf cart rolling around before a game, and we'll talk about that video in a second. But I just want to get through this, give you some time to do that, because that's one of my.
When he was in college?
At Cal,
yeah, he used to always do that.
Steal the fucking golf cart. So either way, the format for the Super Bowl, each of the 4 guys that I just mentioned, they're going to play 1 5-minute quarter against each other, but they don't have the matchups just yet. So it could be like Snoop Dogg facing Kyler Murray in the first quarter. And that's how they're going to do it. 4 quarters, each player plays a different quarter. And here's what Snoop said. We'll be taking the Pro Bowl to the virtual world of Madden this weekend, and I cannot wait to do it big with the football fans in my favorite game. I'm an NFL Madden star, so Kyler and Marshawn better watch out. My team is coming to win the championship title for the AFC.
That's Snoop?
That's Snoop talking trash about Madden already.
Anything with Snoop involved in it is just entertaining.
Yep.
Like even from when he was calling that fight with the Paul brothers and Robinson, and to the other couple of weeks ago, he was on TNT for the AEW wrestling with the most horrible frog splash you'll ever see in life. It was like he just jumped off the top rope and landed on the guy, but it was just still funny. It's Snoop.
It's Snoop, man. I've watched him bake cakes with Martha Stewart and thought it was awesome.
I think one of the first to ever do this was NHL in the video game.
Okay.
Because he is like one of the guest commentators that come in, and it's like you don't really hear too much from him because it's obviously all pre-recorded things, so you can't really live commentate. But when you see his live commentating is the greatest.
Oh, remember when he did the Nature Channel too, like the Animal Planet? I was like, oh no, this is run! Like it was some of the funniest commentary ever. So like we said, Marshawn Lynch may be taking on Snoop in a game. In a quarter.
My God.
We got that footage of Marshawn Lynch rolling around in his golf cart right now. Dude, this guy is just a character. He is a national treasure, Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch rolling around in that damn tire is hilarious as well.
Oh, and just his post game, how he used to eat Skittles before the game. He's so innocently ghetto. It's awesome. You know what I mean? I think that's the best way to put it. He's like a baby, but he's ghetto as hell.
And the thing I love about it is he owns it. It does not change. It doesn't care.
Nor should he. You are a treasure, Marshawn. Never change. Steal golf carts the rest of your life, please. So the virtual Pro Bowl will be streamed live on Sunday. It'll be on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Kind of stealing the Woodward sports style there. And it'll also be on EA Madden NFL Twitch page too. And make sure if you're on Twitch, hop on over to the Woodward Sports Twitch too. We're all over that. It's gonna the NFL Network's gonna re-air it at 8 p.m., but it's at 5 p.m. tomorrow.
That's great, man.
So
that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, so after we do the Lansing thing, we can make it home and watch Snoop Dogg play Kyler Murray in Madden.
That's gonna be so
I'm
good.
gonna say it too. If anyone wants to catch this fade, they can get me on Madden. I'll smoke all of you.
Yeah, well, give out your name, Art. Don't just talk that shit.
Yeah, it's Art Smith WSN. Find me. Send me some Cash App money after I whoop your ass in Madden.
Are you actually good, or are you just all talk?
I'm just talking shit right now. I don't even have Madden on my Xbox.
I'm good at Madden. I will talk shit about Madden.
Here we go again. When's the last time you played?
I will play you in Madden. Art, we do this all the time. I get you and Joy have your little thing going on, but every time you challenge me, I whoop your ass.
I challenged you once, and it was a punching contest.
And
of course
you lost.
beat me.
Right.
Of course. You're taller than me. You're bigger than me. You won't beat me.
Tall has nothing to do with punch power.
What are you talking about?
It doesn't.
So, okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Because you got long arms?
Right. You have better leverage with your little power up punches, right?
Frank Bruno's taller than Mike Tyson. We saw how that worked out.
Exactly. Oh, God. You brought up the Bruno.
Listen, you guys are the fight experts. A bantamweight can definitely out-punch.
It's like when you watch Mike Tyson's fights back, the first 30 of his career, you can watch all of them in 20 minutes.
I understand that, but there's no way that a bantamweight can punch harder than a heavyweight. Tall, length, weight.
I don't think it has anything to do with height, but either way. Another twist on the Pro Bowl is all week long NFL players will be going head-to-head. Justin Jefferson is taking on A.J. Brown for the first game on Tuesday of next week. So we should have that around here, too.
That's awesome, though, because it's literally players that are on the field. They're playing it in a video game. That's something I think is so cool. That's like when fighters play UFC. It's awesome. I like that.
Yeah, that was such a dream whenever you were a kid to create yourself in the video game. Remember, it was an NBA Live 96 was the first game you could actually create a player that looked like you.
That rating?
Yeah.
99.
100 and everything, baby. Right. The best player on the planet. And can you imagine being an NFL player and just hopping on Madden and you get to play as yourself? Like, I know to them it's probably normal now, but to me it's a dream.
It's so weird that this is the Pro Bowl this year. Like, you think that, life isn't impacted. It's impacted. Like, it's impacted every single person to the fact where, like, NFL players are forced to play on sticks instead of real life. It's just crazy.
Yeah. So that is how the Pro Bowl is going to go down, and we're going to see if the NFC or the AFC wins. I'm rooting for Snoop Dogg's team.
Yeah, heck yeah, you got to.
It's tough not to root for Snoop.
I mean, it's just Snoop.
It's Snoop.
Especially if he's ahead. Imagine the shit talking that he would do.
And did you guys hear they finally released the lines for the Super Bowl?
Oh, what are we at? I didn't see this yet.
No, really?
No. What are we
Okay.
at?
I mean, they kind of took the pussy way out.
What, Chiefs by 3 favorite? What?
Exactly.
Is it really?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Like, that is the biggest pussy line ever. Like,
Right.
But what are you gonna do?
All the talk too saying, "Oh yeah, Chiefs gonna be whooping their ass."
Right.
Like, at least give it like a 5 or 6.
They
or
essentially
something.
made it a pick'em game.
Right.
That's exactly what they did.
I do see that the Buccaneers, in the last 4 playoff games where they're underdogs, they're 4-0 against the spread.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Screw the Bucks. The Bucks got nothing to do with this. Brady against the spread.
Right. Well, the Pistons, not to veer off to a different sport, but the Pistons are like 10-7 against the spread this year. They're a winning team if you're betting on the
Don't
Pistons.
say that. Art's gonna go bet the next
I'm
time.
gonna give you my prediction right now. Chiefs are gonna get it up until halftime. Brady's gonna close the show and win. Go bet on
I
it.
just added my bank account information because I bet on them last night and won. It was like free money. So,
Kansas City has only
dangerous.
covered twice in the past 10 games.
Which is crazy.
I do think that's crazy, but I also think they give them such crazy point spreads that it is tough for them to keep up with. But this is such a small point spread, -3. If you're betting the money line, Kansas City -165, Tampa Bay +145, and the over/under. What do you think the over/under for this game is going to be? If you were setting the betting lines right now,
45.
Okay.
Yes.
Art, do you think 45 as well?
I was actually gonna say 47.
Okay.
So, yeah.
47? I'm going to go 57.
56.5.
Wow.
So they are thinking a high-scoring Super Bowl.
Corey Googled it.
Corey Googled it. So yeah, if you're into betting on this, I mean, this is the line right now. I would assume the line is going to fluctuate a little bit before game time as we know more about injuries and whatever comes out. And
I think it will be more of a pick'em game. I think people
is?
I know, but I think it's going to be like one dead even, like 115, like because people are going to bet for Brady, and it's going to lower. It's going to change lines.
yeah, and then if that Reddit group gets a hold of it, who the hell knows where the line's going to go?
Like that's what we need is a Reddit group that just pushes up bets.
Yeah,
I want to see our Super Bowls. Super Bowls are kind of actually high scoring. I thought they were all like low scoring recently.
It depends.
I mean, Rams and Patriots.
Yeah,
were
besides
definitely
that
low
one
scoring.
though. Besides that one, every single game has been roughly 50 plus.
Yeah. That's why we talked about it. The Super Bowl is not always the best matchup. Like the AFC and NFC championship games are a lot more fun to watch for me because of the familiarity of the teams.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's why you get those games, plus nerves, plus all the shit they got to deal with leading up to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's a whole deal.
Oh, man. How much money are you going to put in there?
How much money am I going to put on it?
Yeah.
I haven't decided that yet, Corey, but probably at least $100. And then I got to get some squares.
You like
know
squares?
Oh, I love squares.
You know what? I'm not even hip. I know about squares, but I'm still ignorant to it. I want to get into it.
Squares is the simplest concept ever. It's
Okay.
literally the simplest concept ever. It's a grid. It's a grid.
So long.
You put your name on the grid, then the numbers appear across each plane, and then if it's like 0-0, you got to hope it's 0-0 is the score, and you'll get paid off of it.
Okay.
The score's got to end in 0-0, like 20-10, 0-0,
100% based on luck too.
Oh yeah, there's no skill.
All of this is luck.
I mean, a little bit of where you write your name on the sheet. Like you can do, honestly, you can do that. I've seen people like take a whole column and set it up like that. Like there is
that should not be allowed. It should always
Why?
be picked randomly. No, because it's based off of luck and not at that point you're beating. No,
not that the numbers are already there. I'm saying someone would just like the third column
buy
over. They're
out
writing
that whole stuff.
Yeah,
No, that
but
should
why
be,
you could possibly be fucking yourself too because you're
doesn't-
stuck with 6 and
I don't
nobody's
like
ever
that.
gonna have
It
6.
should be completely random. Not you get to get this whole line.
What do you mean no one ever
It
has
is
6?
random though, even if you fill out the whole line because you don't know what numbers are gonna
I
fall
don't like
down
that
here.
someone has a row stick.
Why?
I don't like it.
But you're literally it's gambling. You're literally taking that risk because if you get a shitty number there, you're stuck with that shitty number for
right.
everyone.
But when you get a random parking spot, it's a random parking spot. I don't get to choose this whole row and then it becomes random.
What does this have to do with parking spots?
I'm just saying for grids.
Someone just commented, you can't spell smart without art. No,
Thank you.
Dumbass
Thank
also
you.
spells art too.
Thank you.
It translates to art.
Translates. Sorry,
Joey's over here. Let me tell you.
I was like looking up like the Super Bowl scores. Mahomes could be the first person to win back-to-back Super Bowl MVP since Terry Bradshaw.
Ooh.
This is crazy.
You know what?
Corey
You
got a
guys-
nice conversation about Terry Bradshaw coming tomorrow at 11.
Make sure you guys watch Everything Is tomorrow at 11 a.m. I have some words about Terry Bradshaw. Thank you for that cheap plug.
Nice little alley-oop for you, Corey. Yeah, if you didn't know,
Corey went backwards on the dunk.
If you didn't know, outside of the morning show, Corey also has his own podcast. It's called Everything Is. It comes out once a week. Saturdays, we premiere it on YouTube and on Facebook. And then you can download it anywhere on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all those good stuff where you get your podcasts. But it's Corey. Explain what the show is all about.
So basically, me and my friend Ant, me and him argue about, or I don't say argue, we converse about different things and topics in sports, like what's the big hot button, or something we can kind of needle and get reactions out of people. And tomorrow's episode is going to be called Everything Is Overrated, where we're going to talk about overrated franchises, overrated athletes, and overrated coaches. So he just segued Terry Bradshaw. I'm going to talk tomorrow about why Terry Bradshaw is overrated. That's just one of them. So watch the whole show. I think we had a pretty entertaining episode.
Yeah, at 11. So make sure you watch tomorrow at 11. It was a damn good show.
Honestly, I think I like watching Corey and that more than our own show.
I mean, I do love that show. So make sure you check out all of our podcasts, too. You can go to woodwardsports.com, click on podcasts, and you'll see Ben Origins. You'll see MI Puck Drop. You'll see MI Canicast. You'll see Everything Is. You'll see The Art of Combat with our very own beautiful producer, Art. You're on camera waving?
Yeah, I was doing
good.
the wave.
All right, good.
Jeez.
The Smoke Show, yeah, we forgot about that. The Smoke Show, which
Man.
comes out today at 2 o'clock. And we got Grind Time that's coming. A whole bunch of stuff is coming to the Woodward Sports Network. So we're going to fill up your whole day with sports or things that revolve around sports. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, it is time for Mr. Fish's Facts. It is 9:50. Joey, do you know what that means?
Fish.
It's time
Facts.
for Mr. Fish and Mr. Fish's Facts. Fish, how you doing today, buddy?
It's Friday, so I'm doing great.
You love Fridays, don't you?
Well, I'm doing great on any day, but Friday's fun. You go into the weekend.
What's the craziest game of the weekend that you got?
We'll talk about that in the bets.
Okay.
My bad, Fish.
Quit pushing them forward, Joey.
My bad, Fish.
Fish, what is your fact of today for us?
So Pistons versus Lakers.
Yep.
Pistons won yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Shockingly. In the series, Pistons versus Lakers, no team has gone back-to-back in 6 games.
So they just keep alternating victories?
Keep alternating, so hopefully that doesn't happen when the Lakers play the Pistons next.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We play the Lakers twice a season, so that's almost dating back 3 years. We've been alternating games.
February 6th, the next game against the Lakers.
Yep.
Where's it at?
At the Lakers.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
boy.
That won't be fun.
Well, if they rest LeBron and Anthony Davis, I think we got a chance.
Yeah, and someone went for the Lakers and didn't work out.
Yeah. Why are you looking at Maz like that?
Looking at Maz like
just staring down
Fish is
Maz.
getting everybody today.
All right, Fish,
I don't mean to.
what's your bets for today?
All right, today's bet. So I went slightly crazy, but slightly not crazy. If you want some crazy bets, you can go for Bath Rugby.
Okay.
It's plus 346.
So you're taking the money line on that?
I don't know how confident I am, but if you want to go crazy, if you want to win some money, you would go for them.
Okay.
And then we got 11:30 hockey. Russian hockey.
Yes.
Plus 418 for Sochi.
Okay.
Oh, dang. How they looking on the season, Sochi?
They're not bad. They're 10th of 12.
That's kind of bad, Fish.
I mean, it's not 11th or 12th. Think positive.
All right, there we go.
But, I mean, they could win. They're playing the 4th place team.
Okay.
So, not terrible.
Right, so if you want to bet on some Russian hockey, we got your line there.
Sheesh. Sochi ranked 11 and 30, damn it.
I'm going Pistons over the Warriors.
For our next game against the Warriors?
Yes.
Okay, that's over the weekend, right?
Yeah.
Wow, so you like the Pistons to go on a 3-game winning streak? Or 2-game winning streak?
Yeah.
All right. All right, Fish.
I trust what the Pistons are doing and Troy Weaver.
And
I like them.
Dwayne Casey.
I'm glad you forgot about that Cavs loss stick.
Yeah, I did
Thank
forget
you
about
very
it.
much.
I assume that was a win for some reason. All right, Fish, well, thank you for coming on with Fish's Facts of the Day and his bets. Everybody, obviously, as always, in the comments, loving some fishy. Now let's get to Joey's dumbass of the day. Joey, you sent this video pretty early this morning. Who is your dumbass of the day?
So, before I always like to talk dumbass, I like to talk a little smart. And with that, I want to talk about my people over at Northwestern Tech.edu is their website. So check that out. And you can learn about their 10.5-month hands-on HVAC program. So, I mean, heating and cooling and all that, it's like, that's the industry right now that's booming.
Yeah.
So check them out, all right? It's the perfect time to learn and just start a new career. I mean, there's no better time. So right now, go to northwesterntech.edu. And now is time for our dumbass of the day. And this one, it actually ages back to when I was born. I'll never forget watching Chris Webber against North Carolina. I'll never forget this. This was the year I was born. I'll never forget watching this. You remember Chris Webber?
Oh, I remember the timeout.
You remember that timeout?
I remember that timeout.
Well, what if I tell you that a former Piston, Reggie Jackson, is following that footstep that Chris Webber had and is the dumbass from yesterday. So play this.
Ohio, 14 points, a dozen rebounds, 7 assists, and he's still working at it. Good hustle by Bam. Love the fact that he almost tied up. Oh, Reggie Jackson's upset. He called timeout just as Jenna Schroeder.
That is court awareness. Court awareness.
Was calling a foul on
There's Reggie Jackson. Luckily, though, Clippers did end up winning by 4 that game. So a little bit of a different outcome than Chris Webber had.
Right.
So that was awesome.
Well, let me hit him with the dumbass. Definitely the dumbass of the day.
How do you not know that as an NBA player?
I do not. I don't know, man. It's just not paying attention, and that was Reggie Jackson's whole career, man. He wasn't engaged in the game.
My thing is, like, the ball wasn't even on him. It was on the other side of the court. So why is he out there calling the timeouts? Let the coach do it.
Yeah, I don't know. So that was Joey's dumbass of the day. Before we get out of here, Corey, people want to know who's your pick for is it the Royal Rumble happening this weekend?
Royal Rumble is happening
and you
this
can gamble
Sunday.
on it too.
On my book, you can gamble on who's going to win the Royal Rumble, which is crazy.
Aren't those scripted events?
Right, exactly. And the other thing is, it's fake.
It's not fake, it's scripted.
My God.
Okay.
It's not a soap opera, it's a drama show.
Okay. Hey, all right. I do this. If I can set it up, I want you to do wrestling training for 1 hour, and I want you to see how fake it is.
I would love to. And I will
set
put all
as
this
a
shit down.
professional, it's different.
Exactly.
I've
So I
gone to, like,
want them to see how fake it is to hit that mat.
I've gone to like the flea market, local. I love it. But
I'm just saying. I mean, it's scripted entertainment, but fake. It's guys that are paralyzed.
Listen, Goldberg and these guys have done this for their whole entire career. It's not all of a sudden, bam, let's go do professional wrestling.
I mean, some people
So
do.
who you got, Corey?
Who I got? All right, so there's 2 Royal Rumbles. There's the Women's Royal Rumble, and then there's the Men's Royal Rumble. In the Women's, you can either go Charlotte Flair or Bianca Belair. I'm thinking, just knowing how WWE goes, it's probably going to be Charlotte Flair, Ric Flair's daughter. For the Men's for the Men's Royal Rumble, this is a tough one for me. But I'm going to go either Shinsuke Nakamura or, I really hate to say this, Edge. The way they're building his return up, I can see Edge coming back and they having him go ahead and shooting over to SmackDown and fighting Roman Reigns for the title.
That'd be a beautiful thing. I love Edge.
So we'll see. He's had triple fusion neck surgery, had to retire, came back, got injured again. So now he's coming back again and is trying to end his career on a high note. So that's what I see.
Well, we had to touch on wrestling. People have been in the chat because you wore that shirt today. Like, what's Corey think about the Royal Rumble tonight? What's Corey think about the Royal Rumble happening? So I'm glad we got your opinion on that. Thanks, everybody, for waking up with the Morning Woodward Show. Thank you to everybody watching on Facebook, on Twitter, and on YouTube. And once again, if you have a YouTube, go on over and subscribe to the Woodward Sports Network. If you're on Facebook right now, just slide over to YouTube real quick. If you're on Twitter, slide over to YouTube real quick and subscribe to us.
And we going live tomorrow from the Capitol, too, so you'll see us out there.
Yeah, that's at noon, right?
Yep, standing up for some high school students and the MHSAA.
All right, so have a great weekend. We'll see you tomorrow, and enjoy the Pro Bowl.
Arkansas ended up getting a huge win over UConn tonight. What is that and what...